What's up everybody, it's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski Sports, and in this video we're going to show you the wisest way to buy snowboard bindings for your young one. All right, so listen, for all you parents out there, or even some of those expecting parents who are super excited to get your kids into snowboarding. And we already know that snowboarding itself can be a little bit pricier, but when it comes to kids stuff, there's a smart way to buy the boards, boots, and bindings for your kids to make sure that one, they're not outgrowing their stuff super fast, two, to make sure that they're learning quickly, and three, most importantly, make sure that they're having fun so they want to stay outside in the winter. So buying kids bindings is very similar to buying adult bindings. When you have a boot in a certain size, you want to make sure that the binding size and the size range of the binding you're buying includes the number. If your boot is a size 10, you want to make sure that the size range of your binding includes that size 10. And just like with the adult bindings, the kids bindings, sometimes there can be some overlap from one to the other. There are different size ranges from different companies. When you are picking out, let's say, a medium from one company, you could actually fit into a large from another company. Now, why this is so important to note with the kids bindings is that you are not looking for something that necessarily just fits your boots. You are looking for something that's going to grow a little bit. So let's say your kid has a size 5 boot. And if you find a pair of bindings that goes from, let's say, a 3 to a 5, obviously that's going to fit their boot. But chances are they're going to be in a size 6 next season. You're going to want to look for a binding that maybe includes a size 6, maybe goes from a 4 to a 7, because that's going to last them longer. That's going to last them all the way up until they grow into a 7. Now, this doesn't always happen all the time. Sometimes you might be looking at bindings and you might just realize, hey, they're going to be at the top of this binding range. I'm just going to have to get them new bindings next year. But again, search around a little bit and find that binding that's going to fit your kid's boot, but try to make sure that your kid's boot size is at the smaller size of the size range for that specific binding. And when it comes to boards and boots and bindings nowadays, everything pretty much fits everything, so you don't have to keep them within the exact same company. You can have one board company, a different binding company, and a different boot company, and you just get everything adjusted and it's gonna fit and they're gonna have a blast riding. So as you can see, when it comes to buying kids stuff, it can take a little bit more than just buying yourself gear, but you just wanna look around, really piece together the puzzle, figure out their skill level, figure out what boots they want, the board, the bindings, and really find that stuff that's gonna last them the longest. Because at the end of the day, it's all about them getting out, having fun, staying safe, and wanting to be on the snow. Because when you're dropping money on a trip, or even just a lift ticket to the local resort, you wanna make sure that they are on snow more than they are sitting in the lodge. And myself as a parent, having a kid that's been riding since these little tiny boards, another good thing to note is that when you are replacing some of this stuff, yes, it can be expensive, but it's not as expensive as the adult stuff. So start putting away a little bit of money here and there. You got 20, 30 bucks a month you can just set aside, or even a week, or even if you sell some stuff, just set that money aside and you'll have enough money to really upgrade your kids' equipment by the time winter rolls around. But if you got any questions about anything we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube channel, and head on into any of the Sun and Ski locations to check out the kids gear, or if you don't have one nearby, hit them up at sunandski.com.